Alrighty then. Okay, good. Mic is not muted. That is good to know. Good to know indeed. Turn the light on, make this a bit better to see everything. Okay then. Now on the grind. Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to get that shiny, snowy present. I think the only thing I'm going to be able to get is the North Star whale. Mind you, that very top present, the snowy, shiny present, I've been on that for 4 days straight, and I still have not got that. If I get it, I get it, but saying I've been on it for basically 4.5 days now, I don't think I'm getting it. I really don't think it's happening. I know there is some things I've got to.
I caught the present trying to get the essence of winter loudly crying face.
I caught the present trying to get. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't even caught them yet either. I've just been fishing for whatever I can fish for, really. That's it to that shiny snowy present, but I'm never getting that. Like I basically have finished Santa's quest line. I'm basically on the last fish. But I've got the rod, I've got the other stuff I need. But it's just a waiting game now to try and get these essence things or whatever they are. Because I think they're both 1 in 150, I think.
Don't waste time on that one, unless a 100% gun. It only gives like 300 bells.
What, the Santa or the other thing? I mean, I'm never getting the snowy present thing done anyway. Like, I've been on that for 3 days, or about 5 days to be honest. That's how long I've been on it for, and I haven't got it.
Shiny
Surprise!
present.
Yeah, yeah, I'm never getting it. It's impossible. That's the only quest line that shouldn't be classed as shiny because you can't appraise the present because it's not classed as a fish. It's one of the things. It's one of the quest lines that are basically impossible to do. It's just got this RNG basically, but I don't think it's actually even possible. The only quest line, like every other NPC, I have done. Like every other quest line in the village, I've completed. The only one I haven't completed is the Santa quest line, which I think I'm on the last one, and that present one. That's like the only two quest lines, but that present, I don't think I'm getting. But I mean, I'm on the last things anyway. Basically, it's just grinding for either bubbles to get other things or something.
Scavenger makes the winter essence 100x easier if you didn't know.
Scavenger. Scavenger's only for bait though. Scavenger only takes less bait off, doesn't it? Or uses less bait when you're fishing. Isn't that what scavenger is?
No, it's for utility catches. Fats scrapper.
Utility catches. Well, like for bait crates and shit? Or something like that? Was essence like classed as like trash bait or something? Or garbage or something like that? I mean, essence are probably somewhat rare. I mean, saying there is a frost moon or forest moon or whatever it is, basically just going to be a chance for me catching anything at this point.
Scavenger high chance for threads, for example, and scrapper is the one that gives 60% chance to save bait.
Ah. No, I've actually never used Scrapper. They probably buffed it if it's that crazy then. Goddamn. It sounds insane. It's probably one of them like hidden features that really nobody knows about, I guess. Or people probably know about it, but probably just don't do anything about it. I mainly just use the baits that sort of help me the most, or enchants.
I tried it to see if I got infinite gobstoppers with the glove and scrapper, but it doesn't stack.
Uh, yeah, you sort of just got to get lucky, I guess. But yeah, I don't think there's a. I think there's a lot of enchants that don't stack, and I think it's like the Mary mutation. I struggled trying to catch a freaking Mary whale shark here because I was using the Mary mutation on the rod or the Mary enchant, and I was using the bait that gives me the Mary mutation. So therefore, I get a 20% chance for the Mary mutation, but it seems like it was very like good, like very good for the smaller fish. But as soon as you try and catch big fish like the whale or any higher rarity, it would basically kind of just waste your time in a way. Because every time I would get a Mary fish, it would be the shit ones, like the ones that give you freaking no money basically. And as soon as you catch a big fish, it's either gingerbread or it's just nothing. But yeah, the Mary mutation
Mary
seems to
said
be
flat
rare, but
90% chance for bad fish. You don't need an 0.5% chance for
Mary
fish
got
you
like
do need.
90% chance for padfish. Yeah, but yeah, the Mary mutation goes on any fucking fish, or at least mainly all the low tier fish. But the fish that you actually need it on, like for the Grinch that wanted to be, try and be a Santa or whatever it is, it took me 3 days to try and get that single fish done using the gingerbread rod that gives you the gingerbread mutation, but also the Mary mutation as well. And it only took me 3 days to get that done. It's insane. I thought it would have been like so easy, but I guess not. Not as easy as it should be. And they did
Dude,
say
this is
they'll,
insane, bro.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm thinking like this fucking should have been easy. Because the fish developers actually said that Fischmas this year was meant to be 10 times easier than last year. They don't want to be grindy. That's the fucking cunt I need. But seriously, like, the developers out here saying that Fishmas was meant to be easy and less grindy, but then you see me sitting here, grind, the backwards status right there. See, I feel like the fish developers and admins be lying to you sometimes. They say they're going to make things less grindy or have no grind involved at all. But I have to sit here for 4 days in a row trying to finish quest lines that should only take me about an hour or two. Like, I should have had every single quest line done in a day. Like, stating that there's no grind involved, or at least minimal grind. I should have had everything completed in an hour, or maybe like 4 hours max. For saying I'm here for day.
I think you're just unlucky because in 6th year I got all the NPC quest and part of Santa done.
Yeah. I mean, it took me a bit to figure out where Santa was because Carbon, the fucking admin, bruh. I was watching his live stream where he was talking about where Santa was at Northern Expedition. Bruh, he is a fucking straight up lying cunt. Like, look, he says, like, when he said where Santa was, he literally said it was in front of Overgrowth Caves. The cave that he showed in his video of the guide of actually completing everything was not the fucking Overgrowth Caves. It was nowhere near Overgrowth Caves. Overgrowth Cave is like another another cave upwards
What?
from where he was. Right, Carbon be lying. Like he's straight up this lying. Because it took me when because I wanted to finish every quest line before I did Santa because I knew Santa was going to be the grindy one. I always liked doing
Slide
the
down next to it, bro, not in front.
well where Carbon said for the Overgrowth Caves. The cave that Carbon showed in his guide video was not the Overgrowth Caves at all. That was nowhere near Overgrowth Caves. That was literally a cave below. That isn't classed as a cave at all. Unless there's two parts of Overgrowth Caves, like you have just a cave and then you have another cave. But Overgrowth Caves is up where your second campsite is, or I guess your third campsite if you class it as. Overgrowth Cave is that one, where you have the NPC to get your I think it's the yellow or blue crystal or whatever it is. One of the crystals for the Heaven Rule. It's one of them crystals that you get. That is the Overgrowth Caves. The one that Carbon showed is a completely different cave. That's why it took me about a day to figure that shit out. I just had to wait for his video to come out because he was not explaining shit very well at all. The first time I got actually confused with what he was stating. Like out of all his guide videos or out of all his live streams, I was actually on the quest line perfectly. But as soon as he talked about this one this year, it was so confusing. It shouldn't have taken me as long, but I think he just needs to be more straightforward with what he actually means. Because you can't just say overgrowth caves when it's, nowhere near overgrowth caves. It was a lot more confusing than it needed to be.
His guide videos are so confusing because he acts like we know exactly where everything is.
Yeah, basically. I mean, if you played the game long enough, like me, like I've got about, I think I've got like 800 hours into the game. Yeah, I've got 812 hours in the game. Like, I know a bit about the game, but the only problem with Carbon, though, like, it is good for what he does, but the only problem with it, like, every guide video he's done, though, I've actually been pretty well figured out. Like, I've figured out where everything was, everything like that. The only guide video that was confusing was this whole guide video for this game right now, or at least for Fischmas. And the only part about his guide what was confusing was trying to find Santa Claus up in Northern Expedition. Because like the first two hints that Carbon gives you for the NPC all move to like Northern Expedition, big area, very cold place. But the only problem with it was Carbon wasn't very, I guess, open about what he was saying about the Overgrowth Caves. Because in his live stream, he literally pointed, or at least said straight up, his words, stand in front of Overgrowth Caves and look to the left. Now, if you stand in front of Overgrowth Caves, to the left of you will be the fucking campsite. The cave he went to is not even Overgrowth Caves at all. It's a cave that's just a cave with water. There's no Overgrowth Cave at all in there. That's the only reason it got confusing. If he was like, straight up and actually showed us, like when people were asking and just like teleport there like his admin powers he has, that's the only part that confused me. Everything else was pretty straightforward. Mind you, he was only really talking about the a Leviathan part of it, or the Frost Whale, I guess. But the Santa Claus quest line was the most confusing one. It shouldn't have been.
Water is overgrowth though.
It's not though. The Overgrowth Cave is actually the one up near the campsite. So the way I class the campsites is for the Northern Expedition. The first campsite I class as is the very start area where you have your boat that you can spawn in and stuff like that. I class that as the first camp. The second camp would be a little further up. The third camp that I class as the third camp is Overgrowth Cave Camp, where you have the campsite all the way to the left. That's the actual Overgrowth Caves, because when you get near it, it literally tells you. The cave that Carbon was at, you walk anywhere near that area, it doesn't tell you it's Overgrowth Caves, which therefore it's not Overgrowth Caves, it's just a cave that's classed as nothing. Unless the game just doesn't tell you properly, like it could be Overgrowth Caves, like the first part of it until you get to the actual cave, but the game doesn't have a listing for that cave that Carbon shows. Therefore, it has no name to be called anything, I guess. I'm guessing that's why it only confuses me for that area, because for me it's just a cave with water in it, and it doesn't have like an actual name to it. But therefore, it could be I guess the first part of
There
Overgrowth
was a large
Caves.
platform in the cave Carbon showed Ruth.
I guess there was a rock platform in the cave. Yeah, but that's technically not Overgrowth Caves. Like if I was to grow to Overgrowth Caves, so I'll show you what I mean by Overgrowth Caves to what Carbon showed. Because this is Overgrowth Caves here, right? Has a rock in the middle. But this is not the cave that Carbon showed, though. What I'll do, I'll basically show you what I'm talking about to what also Carbon showing. It's two different fucking caves and two different confusing ass things. Like maybe if they listed it, this cave as also the cave that he listed, it would make a little bit more sense. Like, I'm guessing it is listed as it, but like, it's still dead ass confusing. And also, a lot of people would class this as like your first campsite. I class this as second. You know, a lot of people class it different ways. That doesn't count as my thing. Damn. So, this cave is what they class as overgrowth caves, apparently. Now, the only problem with this, there's nothing overgrowth about this cave at all. Like, this cave has no name at all. So, like, I mean, Santa Claus is up there, but the only problem with this, it has no name to this cave. So, therefore, you can't really call this.
Search North Star in our inventory.
Yeah, it doesn't count for my quest line, though. I have to actually catch the North Star. I have one, but it doesn't class as my quest line. I have to actually catch it. I caught one. I caught one actually pretty early. Like the first day I did the Fischmas. Yeah, because it says
Only
catch.
shows the title when you get higher up.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason this shit confused me, because Carbon wasn't straightforward with what cave he said. Because he says overgrowth caves. Like to be honest, I can't say I'm not wrong because it does show overgrowth caves as this cave here. But the only problem with it though, why can't they, when you get close to this, actually state it's overgrowth caves instead of going up to, the third camp is what I least cast it. Mind you, it's classed as second camp, but I mean, I classed the very start as the first camp. But yeah, this is the only reason it confused me, is because this has no name when you get near it, so it's really dead ass confusing. Which I didn't.
Yay,
I wish they didn't do it like this because it would make a lot more sense to me if they didn't, do some bullshit like that. But what can you do? I guess what can you do? But the only way I found seeing it was literally just by Carvin's video. But I was still very pissed that it didn't. He doesn't actually explain it well enough because you can't class this as overgrowth caves at all. You don't class that as overgrowth caves. The cave that you class is like freaking further up the mountain, which is very far up the mountain. But even still though, like that first cave right there, I still wouldn't class that as overgrowth caves though, because overgrowth caves is still very far from that starter cave. So therefore, you can't really class that as overgrowth caves. The only problem with it though, this makes more sense for overgrowth caves because, well, it's more of a cave and it's more overgrown with crystals, but still. This is overgrowth caves here, so I don't know why they don't just change the naming.
Hi.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know why the developers don't make it a little easier for people like me, and for other people, I guess, too. Change the name from that top part being Overgrowth Caves to the one that's actually listed on the travel whistle. It makes more sense. It would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot more sense if they did it like that. Because it dead ass confuses me. But it would make a lot more sense if they did that way. Because I think the cave that actually gets shown, the cave that I'm looking at is Fridge's cave. That's the cave that is marked as Overgrowth Cave. This name should be switched to this one, while this should be, well, switched around, I guess. Because this frigid cave is actually marked as Overgrowth Cave when you get near it. So, they've kind of messed them name system up here. Like, if they actually, had this name, how it's marked, but actually have it marked as what it is when you get near it, it would make 10 times more sense. But saying the developers aren't smart enough to do that, it may never happen. But it would make a lot more sense if they did something like that. Because even for the new players, like if you're trying to follow a guide video or even just a live stream, and then you would expect it's like, oh yeah, you don't know nothing about the game. Someone says Overgrowth Caves, you'll be expecting it for the name to pop up to say you're at the right cave. Basically like I was doing. And then, until a video actually comes out showing the actual area. A blue whistle? The fuck's a blue whistle? Huh? Blue whistle? Okay. I didn't even know I had that as a thing. Cool, I guess. Where the fuck's the magic frickin' thing at? Where's my magic thing? Oh, there it is. No, it's not the weekend. But So you're gonna catch a baby bluefish now? Interesting. I'm glad the bug is finally fixed with fish though, because there was a major bug that still happens a little bit. Snowballs. Oh, they do have various other things. Yeah, there was a massive bug that was happening. I think was just only me. Like when I would cross this, it would like as soon as I get to okay, as soon as I say it to. Oh, I had to jinx it, didn't I? God damn it! I had to jinx it. Let me up. Thank you. Yeah. I had to jinx it, didn't I? How did I get up here last time? That's it. That's fine. Let me up. Yeah, hopefully do fix that bug because that's still an issue. But so far, I've only seen that you know issue where it drops you down in the water like that. I've only seen that happen to me so far. It's a little annoying, but what can you do, I guess? I just hope I catch a frost whale soon, I guess. I mean, I'm probably not going to end stream until I either catch one or until I something else. Guess we'll see. I mean, I caught the North Star whale with this same setup when I first, you know, went into the Fischmas. Mind you, I didn't catch it over here though. I caught it.
I feel so generous using Santa Rod and giving the whole server a bluefish.
Santa. Oh, is that why it says given by Santa? All right, so you fishing with Santa rod gives players the fish that you caught. Is that what's happening? Is that why I keep getting fish this randomly? I'm kind of cool if that's the case. Because I keep seeing it pop up my screen. I'm just like, what? So any fish that you catch with Santa rod will give it just to a random player?
Yes.
Damn, that is kind of cool. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a bit OP to be honest. Not gonna lie, I wish that counted to the quest lines though, but it doesn't count to.
10% chance to give everyone who has the Santa Rod the fish you caught.
Oh yeah, nice. But it's weird though because I was getting fish even when I didn't have Santa rod. So I feel like it's a bit the other way around though. Because I've got Santa rod now, I guess. But even before I even got the quest line started, I was still getting the rod. The stats on this rod are actually pretty good though. Like the stats on this rod are actually pretty good. What's this more say? Damn, there's a lot to this. Uh, Festive rod blessed by Santa himself. Fish have a 20% chance to gain
You
the.
still get the notifications, not the fish if you don't have it.
Really? Okay, that's kind of sad, I guess. Fish have a 20% chance to gain the Santa mutation, a 10% chance to gain only naughty mutation Fischmas fish. Okay. Catchers also have a 10% chance to be given your Fischmas. Oh, yeah. It's not too bad, though. 20% chance for, like, Santa mutation, and then a 10% chance for other things. That's not too bad to me. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Don't do that, sir. Don't do that. Don't ruin my life. Why can't I jump? Well, fuck this game too then. I can't jump! I guess I can't jump with my rod out. That's fucked up.
Grinning, squinting face.
Hmm. You're telling me I only die if I'm above the water? Oh, I know there's a barrier right there. Huh? I'm under the depth barrier. Huh. They've actually got a pretty big depth barrier, though. Huh. That's kind of cool, I guess. So if I was to get into that area, I will die. Yeah. Wow, the depth barrier is still pretty deadly, though. Oh my god. Bro. Um, but um, able for posting. What can I post to this? That will help. I have a mission. The fuck you mean? I don't have permissions. Thought anyone fucking have permissions. Do I have run it? No, what is it? How do I not have permission for that one channel? Oh, then if I can't do that, how does that make any sense? Nothing. Okay. Well, I can't make a blood port, so that sucks, I guess. Announcement. Nice. There you go, so it does look stuff nice. Yeah, okay. Not much I can do about this. Then if I can't fucking report bugs. I guess I'm gonna have to somehow live with the consequences. Because apparently I don't have permission to write bug reports, which makes no sense. Unless there's a... I think it's only reporting someone though, I don't think it's bugs. So this isn't bug report. The fuck is all this? This is freaking new, holy shit. Actually, I kinda like this though. Record videos? F9? Does F9 still work? Okay, F9 still works. Shift. Graphic level? F10 for graphic level? I don't know what that does. I have no idea if that does anything. Look at this server channel unknown place. Okay. Full screen F11. Look at this. Control plus shift plus S7. Control. 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 Shift S7. Let's just limit that up. I can just do that easier. Roblox menu. Tab. Slash. Space. Huh. Interesting. Don't understand why that keeps bugging out. It's very annoying. Very goddamn annoying. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you are new, if you do like my, well, I wouldn't really say daily live streams, but if you like my live streams, consider liking, subscribing. If you do like my, I guess, weekly uploads, I guess, also subscribe. I would post daily like I was doing before, but at the moment, I don't have anything. I don't have anything planned at the moment of what to post. Maybe like, I guess, showing off some rods I get, like I do with other videos I've done in the past. But because I do all my videos and streaming for PS5, when I do videos, I can't like edit parts out of the videos, so I have to keep it somewhat short and simple, and kind of have to do things quick. So if I was to do a guide video, I can't just skip parts of the video. I can't just pause the video and then start it up again. Maybe if I get a PC, I can sort of sort something out like that. But I'm not entirely rich, so I can't really do much with a full PC though. I do have a PC in mind that I will have to save a bit of money up, but it's affordable for me though. At least it's in my price range, I guess you could say. I mean, if you've heard of the Steam machine or whatever it is, That's probably the only PC I'm going to be able to do. Let's see. Due to a public holiday, your next Centrelink report date. 19th. After that date, you can keep reporting. No, you already know that. I already know that, which means that you will get either paid the weekend or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. People, can you stop fucking killing me, you noobs? No fucking hell. This is why I play on private servers. Actually, the only reason I play on private servers mainly is because of all the lag that you get. Like all this bullshit that takes forever to load
I
in.
hate it when people do that.
Yeah, that's the only annoying part. That's the only thing that annoys me. Is I mean, there used to be a glitch with I don't know how to pronounce them properly, but I call them concept coil things. Where if you set your spawn location at Moosewood, you can use them to teleport. And fish, if you had your spawn location set somewhere and someone was catching a fish, you could be right on top of them and use it, and it would teleport them. But they fixed that um like a while ago. It's been out of the game like for ages, and people actually got pissed off that they removed it. But if you're like trying to catch a freaking North Star or a really overpowered fish that you,
Oh, you could condition that teleports them to their spawn.
yeah, basically, like if someone's catching a good fish, someone else could use their concept coil, and it would teleport the
I
other
used to
player as
do
well.
that to people who would sit there and macro, and it was so funny.
Yeah, and now people have found a new way with this goddamn freaking alien boat. It's gonna get annoying very fast, I guarantee it. I mean, mind you, it's already getting annoying, but not much you can do about it when the developers don't do very much. And the only problem too, even if you were to report the players anyway, the reporting system does nothing. Like unless you're a verified user, which really only verified people get the privilege to actually report people. Like if you're like a verified name on Roblox, and if you go to report someone, somehow the Roblox moderation system knows that you're verified, and you can just get rid of the player easily. But unless you're a normal player like me, reporting does nothing. Mind you, I wish it did though. It would make my life easier. Van away around your bitch ass shit, baby. The man. Van away around your bullshit, bro. Oh, here we go. My fucking god. Discharge. Fucking dead piece of shit. Actually, I'll do it the other way. That's why. What is with people inviting me to steal a brainwash so much, bro? Steal a brainwash is a dead ass game, bro. Do that. Do like this.
They are trying to rob you.
Huh? Who's trying to rob me? Rob me from what? I mean, you can't really rob me by killing me. But if that was a thing, though. Sort of like GTA. If you have a bounty on you, like, I mean, you don't
The
lose money
people
from
you
that.
invite to SAP.
Yeah, yeah. There's the people that invited me, they're not even in private service because they can't afford it. They're just people that are in public sessions. Like, yeah, I played Steel and Brain what once or twice, but it's like the only two times I played it, I played it first time and I streamed it. Surprisingly, got no views on it at all. Actually, I think it might have just been a video or something. Zero views on that video compared to all the other Brainwhat videos out there I've seen. Millions of views, thousands of views, and made nothing. And that first video was mainly just me checking out to see what the hype of it about was. And mind you, it was shit, and it still is. Second video I did, or at least the second time I played it, was basically just to see how the admin abuse is. Still dog shit admin abuse. The admin abuse is crap. The only reason I say it's crap is because if you go back and look at all the Grow Garden footage and everything, 90% of that is Roblox crashing. All I can say, until like Steel Brain Rot can crash Roblox, which they have still yet not done, until Steel Brain Rot can crash Roblox, like Royal Garden did, I'm gonna still class Royal Garden as, well, actually right now, second best, because Fisch is number one, and always will be. But until Steel and Brain Rot can crash the Roblox servers when they do their admin abuse, then I may class that as third place. But until then, saying they have not done it, their admin abuse is shit. And still to this day will be. Like, it's all freaking AI generated stuff anyway. All their admin abuse is AI generated. All their brain rots are AI generated. Like, they can't seem to make something good. They're trying their hardest, but get nowhere with it. They get nowhere with it. Kind of sad to be honest. Kind of sad to be honest.
And some of their brain rots mock gods.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie though, stealer brain rot is definitely ruining the economy though. Like, because everything that happens in stealer brain rot these days is basically kids crying over their brain rot getting stolen. Like that's all you hear these days. Oh, it's like this guy stole my best brain rot, and I'm just like, get over it. Like that's all you see. And then, other people trying to steal your brain rot, it's like it's ridiculous. Steal brain rot isn't really fun. Like if you're getting your brain rot stolen, all I can say, if you're getting your brain rot stolen 24/7, like every single time you're doing a public session, if you're getting your,
Not seen other content from Sat, then please tell
I have not seen other content from Steel Brain Rot. Yeah, but seriously, like anytime you join a public session, like I don't understand how kids find Steel Brain Rot fun. Because seriously, if you're getting your brain rot stolen 24/7, or at least someone's possibly trying to steal your brain rots, how does anyone find that fun? Because you can't really play the game when you're trying to defend your base 24/7 from getting stolen. It makes no sense. Like how are you finding it fun if your stuff is getting stolen every few minutes? And somehow they still keep playing even though their shit gets stolen. Like it makes no sense. Unless you have a private server or your friend has a private server you can join, but still, even then, like you're basically just locked down to a private
Sunday
server.
defend her base 24th of July or pay money, very entertaining money muff face.
Like literally though. That's basically what kids are doing. They have to defend their base 24/7 because most kids can't afford private servers. Like, like I can just afford private servers myself. Like, some are good and some are not, but still. Like, if you have to sit there 24/7 defending your base, brain rot just isn't fun. At that point, it's not fun. And that's another reason why I stopped playing it. I played it twice and stopped because people kept stealing my shit, or at least trying to. It's just
It's
kind of,
just tiring.
yeah. I find no enjoyment or any fun in that game. Like somehow like I don't know what goes through kids like heads about the game or what they find fun, but somehow they find it fun, which to this day I still don't understand what makes it fun. Is it just stealing from other people, which is probably a 10% success rate? The other 90% is your failures. But
It's the bright colors and dopamine of getting a good brain rot.
yeah, to be honest, it probably is all them bright colors that kids find cool, I guess, or these freaking made up names that are basically impossible to pronounce because they're not even real names. The only thing I find like funny about Steel Brain Rot though, at least for me, the only thing I find enjoyment about it is hearing kids on like live streams or videos crying over their brain rots getting stolen. That's probably the only enjoyment I would have of Steel Brain Rot, is watching other people get their brain rots stolen and just fucking laughing laughing over their best brain rots getting stolen. It's like, well, that's your problem, man. But mind you, I quit Grow Garden. Like, I played Grow Garden for like eight, 8 or 6 months straight. 6 or 8 months straight because, it was fun at the time. Like, a lot of people still didn't find it fun when it came out, but when I first started playing Grow Garden, that shit was fun. And the only reason I played that is because my favorite game, Fish, well, kind of died off. Until I heard, immediately, as soon as I heard that Doobig finally left or had no part in Fish anymore because the original
So
developers
fun.
brought it back. Yeah, since the original developers brought the game back for more money than they sold it for, Because a lot of people don't know this, or at least a lot of people don't know the backstory of Fish. The people that originally had Fish that have it now, he sold Fish to Do Big Studios for $1 million. The
Literally what happened to me.
Yeah, they literally basically they sold Fish to Do Big Studios that makes everything pay to win for $1 million, so he could help his family out and survive. And then Do Big Studios kind of broke the contract of supposedly making Fish pay to win. Now the only problem I don't get though is what part of
Okay, I
Fish.
don't think $1 million though.
Yeah, that's what the actual price was. They he sold he Do Big paid $1 million in Fish. It was like I think it was like a million, either $1 million US. Apparently, is what they actually paid, or it's not apparently. That's actually how much that he got for it. Because there was something in the sources about it in a listing that wasn't really public, but someone actually found actually they're talking about what they
It
did.
says multi-million but not actually said.
Oh no, it was $1 million. I found someone who actually knew what the price exactly was. And Nettie, I don't know when it was said, but I think Ned or one of the other team or co-owners or whatever it is, someone said it. I'm not sure when, but I know one of them said something about it, and it might have been in the Q&A they did in one of their games or something. They did a Q&A or something. It might have been in the Fish thing, because I overheard $1 million being talked, and it was something about Fish, where he got $1 million for the game when he sold it, and then paid, I think, he paid double the price of that. So I think he paid like do big $4 million or something dollars to get it back again. But all I know is they paid do big paid $1 million for Fish, and then basically ruined it. In the span of like 6 months or 4 months, or whatever it is, do big ruined it. The economy dropped ever since they basically released Second Sea. That's where all the player base died though. As soon as Second Sea got added, Fish died immediately, which I still don't understand really why. It was basically just like a rebirth in a way. You go to Second Sea, you start from, well, I wouldn't say that you start from level one, you just lose all your money. So really, like, mind you, Second Sea wasn't entirely. The only thing I didn't like about Second Sea is it was kind of hard to make money, at least at first, because you had like different currency. Or even that,
Second
like,
C was so overrated.
yeah, it wasn't as good as it should have been. But also, it wasn't as bad as people made it seem, though. Like, it was a bit of both. In my opinion, it was a 50-50. It was good, but it was also bad at the same time. It was a bit of both. I wouldn't say it was entirely shit like a lot of people were making it seem, but it wasn't also not that bad, though. Like a new fresh start, you still have your level, but you have no money. So people complaining about it so much. But, like, it is what it is, though. Like, you can't really complain too much, I guess. But yeah, until Fish technically died though, like Second Sea was actually pretty good for, I would say, for the first 2 or 3 weeks of the it releasing. It was pretty good. The only problem with it though, when it first released, there was instant lag. Now the only problem with it though, people were talking about the lag a lot. The only problem with it though, it never got fixed, or it did. It got fixed the next update, which was like a few weeks out. So they didn't bother to do hot fixes like they are doing now with the original owners. Anytime a bug happens, they fix that shit straight away, or like in the next few hours after they actually drop an update. Movie Studio never does that. Like when something breaks, they don't bother fixing anything. They decided just like, oh, our game's breaking, like, let's just have it to be dead. But Do Big Studio doesn't know what they're doing very well. It's kind of sad though. Like, Do Big is a $1 billion company at this point, and they're basically just ruining their own economy. Like all they're out here doing is just getting money, I
Do
suppose.
Big
But
have bigger things to worry about than Fisch, so they just abandoned it.
basically, yeah. Like they would do updates, but they were kind of just very crappy updates, to be honest. Like the updates that Do Big Studio did, I can't lie, they were very freaking mid. They were just very shit. Like you had a Smurf update, which was cool and all. You have freaking whole collab with Smurf, which is kind of surprising though. Like for a whole Smurf movie and everything that was actually in the
Here's a
Fish.
horrible update for cash.
Yeah. Like that's what Fish does. Like that's what Duping Studio does. Their whole industry is cash grab games, basically. Like I don't know if you know this, but Jandal made that Dusty Trip. Actually, he didn't make it. He brought it off another team that made Dusty Trip. Jandal made Dusty Trip and apparently got overwhelmed with how much was going on with that game. And then Jandal sold Dusty Trip to Do Big Studios. And now, if you go into Dusty Trip,
And
everything,
then Jandal gave it over to Do Big and now it's ruined.
yeah, everything is pay to win in that game. Like everything is just money grab everywhere. But what I do know though, Jandal actually paid $50,000 for that game.
There's
Like,
attack helicopters and tanks in Dusty Trip now grow loudly calling
it's like
peace.
seriously though. And the only problem I don't like about Dusty Trip either, there's a big issue that Dude Big still has not fixed, at least for console. When I go to play Dusty Trip, I physically can't even play the game because when I use my left fucking stick to look around, like actually, it's basically this control. When I look around and everything, every time I load in, like it will be fine for a few seconds or a few seconds. As soon as I go to turn my camera, it will basically be looking down, and it will be basically forcing my camera looking down to where I can't physically control the game at all. And to this day, that still has not been fixed. Which I think all that Dubig did brought the game, put a bunch of shit in the game, pay to win, and just abandoned that game too.
I bet Do Big still hasn't fixed that.
No, I played Dusty Trip a few months back, and I think to this day it still isn't fixed. Because one of my friends wanted me to play it, or one of my followers wanted me to play it, and I played it. And I'm just like, bro, I physically can't play the game because like my camera would just go in random
Bro, I
directions.
just joined and I see a supercar with flying drones for 4,000 Robux that have homing missiles.
I just joined and seen a supercar with flying drones. What the fuck? Supercars are flying drones, bro. Is it even Dusty Trip at that point? Like, goddamn, Dusty Trip isn't even Dusty Trip at that point, bro. Like, holy shit. But yeah, and one thing that is kind of confusing about it, like when games get brought out by other game developers, it is kind of weird though because when they transfer ownership, it still tells you who made the game though, which it literally says Jandal Triple. I think it's like Jandal's Dusty Triple, whatever it's called, or made by. I don't understand why it doesn't, transfer the name. But I guess you want to still know who it's made by, I guess. But it would be cool if the game name sort of changed to like Do Big Studio so you know who actually made it. But I swear, Do Big Studio owns so many games. Like they own so many games, but they do so
Once
little
a group
updates of
and
them.
then they add Do Big into the group.
Yeah, and then Do Big becomes the owner, and then the other people actually abandon it. I think that's what happens though. I think what they do, the group that who made it was Jandal, or I guess the group original owner. Jandal paid 50 grand, and then becomes the owner after that. That guy leaves or has some part in it still, maybe, I don't know. Because with Grow Garden at the moment, Jandal isn't the owner of it no more. Like he still, I think, is because I think it's the person that owned Grow a Garden who made Grow a Garden, which was simpler back then. I think it's like BMW Lux or whatever it is, or that's sort of his name or whatever it was. And what Jandal did say ages ago,
I would actually sell my game to do big after it starts to die.
probably. That's where Do Big Studio gets you though. They only as soon as like that's what they did with Grow a Garden actually, because Jandal learned from his mistakes. That's all I can say. Jandal learned from his mistakes because
The original GAG creator was a page-free doofo.
the original Grow Garden creator was a predator. Was he? He was like a freaking 12-year-old kid, bro. The guy wasn't even an adult. BMW Lux was apparently a young kid. Yeah, he was apparently he was like a 15-year-old kid that made Grow Garden, and then Jandal I think paid the
I
kid
saw some video
a bit of
exposing
money.
him for something.
Maybe in the past or something. I don't know. I haven't really
Well, no, not page-free do. He was doing some fraudulent stuff.
Oh.
Like blackmailing stuff.
Oh, well, probably, yeah. I don't know much about him, though, but all I know is Jandal paid money to buy the game from him. But what Jandal did say, though, is any type of money that Jandal makes from the game, a big part of that, or at least 50% of that, still goes to his original owner. Because they were talking about that when they did the big war thing with Steel and Brainrot. Because unlike Steel and Brainrot is a copy of another game. Now, what Jandal does, Jandal makes games better. All he does is buy games that are run down or gone to shit and makes them better, like Grow Garden. Grow Garden was so little at the start, and then Jandal made it bigger. Now, on the other hand,
It's not a copy.
Steel Brainrot is a copy of another game, and it always has. If you don't know
Sony bought the rights to the Steel character game.
that's not true actually. That was never been true, and it's never been stated. If you look in the parts to it, Sammy has never brought the rights to anything. It's like all the characters in Steel Brainrot right now, they're getting taken out by Sammy because he is too poor or he's too rich and doesn't want to pay the license to actually have the game. A lot of people like Sammy did state that he did buy the rights to the game, but that hasn't been publicly announced, which therefore it probably isn't true. Because stating that he does like Sammy doesn't want to pay the rights to Tong Tong Sahor because he's been flagged 3 times for that character.
Sammy could be lying to the H.
Sammy's always lying though, and you can tell the way Sammy acts and the country that he's from is known for scams and cheats and everything like that. Because like Sammy doesn't even want to pay the rights to own the characters in his game. Like Tong Tong Sahor, he doesn't own the rights to that, and he still won't pay them. Like he tried to find a way around it by doing, the comeback of it and making it OG and calling it somewhat of a different name with that coffin thing he did. But even then, it's still the same thing. Like he didn't change anything about it, and he still hasn't paid the rights. And then the person who made the characters, or I suppose they made their own rights to it, basically,
It's just a Lavaka now.
yeah, I guess so. So I'm guessing he took some Tong Song Shahor out of the game again, I suppose, because he got copyrighted 3 times for that character, and he still doesn't want to do nothing about it. It's kind of insane, though, to
About
think.
the same money making the same rarity, and comes commonly from admin abuse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I don't understand about Sammy though. He doesn't want to pay rights to own certain brain locks. And my question is though, why are people? The only question I don't understand about
It's
Steel
still
Brain
in
Lock though,
game though.
it's still in the game though. Oh, yeah. The only problem I don't understand
Who
though,
have the rights?
um, just to Tung Sung Sahor, he has not, and it's like the rest of the brain lots. Like the other brain lots that have been copyrighted by the person that I supposedly made them, he still hasn't brought any rights to them. That's why he's been copyrighted twice because when he has supposedly said, "Oh, I brought the rights to own him," and he's coming back to steal Brainlock, once he did that, he got copyrighted again because he still didn't have the rights to it. And I think to this day he still doesn't. Like maybe he might get the rights, but I don't know. Like he makes a lot of money, but the way Sam is, I don't think he's gonna do it. Who knows though? I could be wrong about a lot of things that I'm saying, but a lot of like I would say about 50% of what I'm saying is true though. Like a lot, Sammy is.
It's so stupid how an AI picture has copyright though.
It's so stupid how an AI photo has. Yeah, I don't understand how that works though. Like for it being an AI generated picture or like a just a random ass thing that has just a random ass name to it. Like I don't understand how this other person is copywriting it though, because he didn't make them. He's just basically claiming them or has paid the rights to them, and so he's anyone who has the rights to them. Because the funny thing about it though is one thing I find funny though, if you go into um, Plants vs Brain Rots, there's a boss that is Tong Song Sahul, the same name and everything, the same character as Sword of
Well,
Steel
the
and Brain Rot.
person's country that made Tum Tum Sar has weird copyright laws.
Well, in the person. Oh yeah, probably yeah. But the funny thing about it though, the only reason I say Sammy's are lying about all his so-called paying the rights for these things is obviously a lie. The only reason I say it though is because Jandal has actually paid the rights for it because Jandal, with Plants vs. Baymox, he added Tung Song Hall to the game as a boss though. And so far, I haven't heard any copyright claims for that game with the character. And I think it's because Jandal and the other owners have paid the rights to own it, or at least to have it in their game. And then, on the other hand, Sammy just doesn't do shit about it. It is what it is, I guess, but I don't see anything about. I don't see Sammy doing anything about it though. Which, but like what I was gonna say before, I don't know. I don't understand why people in Steel Brainrot were so sad about, Tong Tong Sahur leaving the game because Tong Tong Sahur was a common brainrot that made like freaking like a couple bucks. So the real question is, why were people so pissed off about it leaving the game or getting deleted? That's one thing I don't understand. Like for it being a shit brainrot, you would expect nobody to care about it. But then you hear every kid, oh, why did they get?
Somebody flew here man and was crying about Tum 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 Sar leaving.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like a lot of content creators were crying about it, but I don't understand why though. It's a literally a common brainrot that makes like no money basically. I think it was making like 14 bucks or whatever it was. But I still don't understand. Most kids cry about losing freaking brain rots that are overpowered. But then half the freaking community, or at least 100% of the community who would steal a brain rot, were complaining about a like a weak ass brain rot getting removed. Kung Tung's Law wasn't the freaking base of the game, unless it was, I don't know. But it's crazy to think that people can like young people and content creators, or at least bigger ones, complain about something that literally makes nothing. But also, they're complaining about it, but not a single person has Tung Tung Zaw in their base anyway. Like, you only use it to basically, level yourself up a bit more to make more money. As soon as you get better brain mods, you basically delete that brain mod from your base because it makes no money. It's like me. Like once you go from Peace and Nubini, you level yourself up like everyone else does. Soon as it gets removed, everyone goes in a frantic panic attack. It's like, oh, why did it get removed? Yeah, I don't understand. It, it stumps me why people so worked up about one little thing. They worked up about a make believe character. Kind of insane to be honest.
FRRR.
Hmm. Like seriously, like so many kids and so many big content creators are so worked up about something so little getting removed from a game. Mind you, a lot of things get removed from games, and then Tong Song's War was the main one. It's like what the fuck. Like mind you, it's insane though, but it's also insane to think so many people were so sad about it leaving, but all them people that were screaming about it leaving, I guarantee none of them people had it in their base to begin with, besides the very start of the game. Because that's the only time you have Tongue Song's All is the very start of the game when you're, earning money, rebirthing, stuff like that. But then people were so worked up. It is kind of sad to think though, because now Steel Brainwash has brainwashed a hella kids. Like this world is doomed because of that. But mind you, it would just be better for a lot of kids, I guess, to play games that aren't Steel Brainrot. Because a lot of kids that are playing Steel Brainrot, they're kind of lost. Like, I guarantee a lot of kids don't even know what they're talking about half the time. Like, kids are probably playing the game and just thinking like, we're just gonna play this game because it's popular. And 90% of them don't even know what they're doing, or at least what's going on, basically. And that's like me though. Like, as soon as I join Steel Brainrot, I don't even know what I'm doing or where to even start. But mind you, there is so many other fun games out there that kids could be playing that would be a lot more fun.
Half my classes play SAP and 1% Fish and the Forge.
Yeah. Like right now, my two favorite games, well, yeah, my two favorite games are probably Fish and The Forge. Mainly because The Forge is brand new and I've done a bit in that game so far. I'm not like end game, but mind you, The Forge is actually very grindy. I find it more grindier than Fish. But it's still a fun game though. But mind you,
The Forge about a week ago.
or to quit, it's only just come out. Game's only come out and you're already quitting. Crazy work, bud. I mean, it doesn't surprise me though, because a lot of people have said the Forge is boring, but like when you really think about it, Forge is a bit like Fish. And the only part about the Forge and Fish makes sense to me is the grinding part. Like all the quest lines and grinding. That's the only part you can compare Fish and the Forge with. The other part that you can compare the Forge with may probably be, you could probably class it as like a bit of like Minecraft, I guess, with the mining and stuff like that. And I guess
You
mobs
can grief other people though, and it's so much more RNG than Fish.
grief other people? What do you mean by griefing? I mean, you really can't grief anyone, as far as I know. I've played a few hours of it so far. And I guess by maybe the rocks things, I guess. Like, I guess stealing the rocks, but it's kind of rare to see. At least every
Kill
server that
boss
I've
and
joined,
kill people with good ores, and when they die steal their ore.
you can. with mobs and kill players with good arms. Oh, I haven't had that happen yet. And mind you, I haven't really seen that happen yet. Must be sort of a rare occurrence, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, but I guess every server that I've joined, which is quite a few of them, they're like kind of all being chill.
Lava area.
No, I guess that makes sense. I don't even have a good enough pickaxe to get there yet. I'm very close. Like I've got $100,000 already, but I'm trying to get like the arcane pickaxe, which is the best pickaxe in the game. Like for it being, I guess, somewhat cheap, and for the most expensive pickaxe being $500,000, you'd expect the one to be the most expensive would be the best one, but that is the.
You have right now and you can get arcans.
I don't think my pickaxe would sell for that much though. I think the pickaxe I will have would only.
500k better.
No, demon pickaxe. That's 500k. You'd think so, but even the developers have said that's second best because it does a little less damage. The arcane.
What do you have though?
I think I have. Actually, I don't even know. It's like a blue pickaxe. It's one. It's one of the pickaxe. I think it's the. Actually, I don't even fucking know what it's called. I don't. It might be diamond. I know it's blue. That's all I know. It's blue.
Cobalt.
No. Oh, maybe. I'm actually not sure. It could be cobalt. Yeah, but I haven't really looked into it very much. It might be. Maybe.
Lightite is glowing blue.
I don't think it glows. I think it's just like a sort of a matte color. I don't know. I have to check. All I know is it's like a blue color, or like a sort of like a dark bluish color, I guess. It might be. It might be the light art pickaxe. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's cobalt then.
Yeah, it could be. Because I could have upgraded my pickaxe a while ago to the one that I should have upgraded to, which is I think the green one. It's like the emerald looking pickaxe, and I think that's like 97,000. That's the pickaxe I should have went to, because it would have made my grinding a lot easier. Because going from the pickaxe I have now to the green one was the path that I was supposed to take. But mind you, for the past few weeks, I've kind of just stayed with the same pickaxe because, I'm still farming ores, like shit ones, I guess, but I'm still farming enough ores to make do. Mind you, the mining is somewhat slow just because a pickaxe doesn't do 100 something damage. But once I get the arcane pickaxe, I'm basically good for the whole entire game. Because the 500k pickaxe, at least what the developers said, and a lot of content creators and testers, apparently it's just slightly worse than arcane, which kind of doesn't make any sense. Mind you, I haven't really looked at the pickaxe too much with the stats or what it has, but I suppose it's second best. Like it's still good, but it's not as good.
What is?
The arcane pickaxe and I guess the demon pickaxe or whatever it is. Apparently, them two pickaxes, the demon one I think is supposedly second best. And I'm just going off with what the developers have said. Because if you go into the wiki for the Forge, there's a list of what pickaxes, basically what pickaxes are the best. Like it goes from what
Lightning has
pickaxes start.
1% higher luck, and it mines faster in total time.
No, I mean, it's still not better, I guess. I don't know. Again, I'm just going off what the developers have said. It might have more luck and everything like that, but what the developers have said, of what I've like heard, apparently Arcane Pickaxe is still the best in the entire game. And like basically every developer I've seen so far
The one
is
extra
using it.
rune slot saves Arcane.
The one extra rune slot saves Arcane. I guess, but I don't know. I know I'm just going off with what the basically the tier list and the developers have said. But so far every live stream and every video I've seen, basically every content creator has the arcane pickaxe. And so far I haven't seen them switch their pickaxes to a different one. But I'm guessing it's either better or worse, I have no idea. There's like a lot of games. Like a lot of games I go with what the developers either say or testers say. I'm pretty sure though. Um, Pickaxes. Oh, pickaxes. So you have that one. That's the starter tool. Rocks. They just show me what I need to know though. Steps. They show me one pickaxe. List of pickaxes. Basically, this is the list of the pickaxes that you go for. So basically, what this shows right here, the pickaxes you're supposed to go for. Like the pickaxe you start with, stone pickaxe, that's the starter. Then you go to bronze, iron, gold, stone waker or walker, platinum, and then arcane pickaxe. They're the tiers of pickaxes you're supposed to go into. That's the only tier of pickaxes you're supposed to go. And saying arcane is the last one on the list there, therefore it might be the best, or supposedly is the best. Does that show the stats though? Stats on pickaxe. Arcane pickaxe, 115 mining, mining speed plus 10%, mining luck 50%, rune slots 3, cost 125,000, legendary, location fallen angel, home. Um, is there a way to look at another pickaxe? Okay, demon pickaxe. Let's look at that. See if that's any different. Oh, look at that. Demon pickaxe doesn't even have anything about it, I guess. That's actually surprising though. The demon pickaxe doesn't have any stats on the wiki, like of how good it is. Oh, that's why. The demon pickaxe is a copyright. Okay, there you go. Just because of that, demon pickaxe is shit. Demon pickaxe is a copyright, so you can't even look at it. I wonder why it's copyrighted though. Maybe it's from another game then, I guess. Because the pickaxe, like you can't even look at the stats on it because it's copyrighted. So there might be something about the pickaxe that's making it get copyrighted. Maybe it's from a different game though. Not sure how that works. It's kind of interesting though. It is copyrighted. Very interesting. For a new game that's just come out and a new pickaxe that's also just come out, already getting copyrighted, that's kind of crazy. So therefore, that demon pickaxe might not even be in the game anymore, or it could still be in the game, but they're probably still trying to figure something out with it. How many fish have I caught with this? I'm not even close to anything. I mean, I've already caught 3,000 fish. By saying that this North Star whale is 1 in 1,000, I might be here for a while. I might have to catch about 4,000 fish with this rod to be able to get the whale. But either way, I'm still making money just from catching these fish, though.
No, the essence is 1st of January.
I wasn't talking about the essence. Essence is 1 in 150. They're both the same as the other two things. The only thing that's the highest is the North Star whale. The essence supposedly is 1 in 150. Because it's still hard to get, but it's somewhat easy, I guess. At least that's what the listing for
No, bro.
it is. I read about it. Freaking Carbon was talking about it, bud.
The star essence is 1.150.
Yeah, but the same with the other one.
Essence 1st of January.
You sure? Did they change it? Because what Carbon said, apparently they were both the same, like the same stats. Unless they changed it before they added it. I thought they were both the same though. I thought the only thing that was changed was the North Star whale.
It's always been like that.
Really? You sure? Are you 100% sure about that? I mean, the wiki might tell me, I guess, maybe, but I'm not actually sure. Um, guide. What the fuck can be under anyway, though? Skins. I don't even know what the hell would be under. Oh, Black Market comes back in 2 days. Nice. Um, is there actually any way to see the system of this? Location. Is it like fish, maybe? Or class as fish? I don't think that class as a fish. It's like an item, maybe? No, that's not. I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna choose this. Does this tell me what fish is what? Oh, hang on. This might tell me what I need. Does this tell me what I need to know? No, maybe not. Wait, does it? None. What does that say? None. It doesn't even have a list of the essence anyway. Well, hang on, maybe. Okay, there's nothing about that then. I mean, out of the wiki, you would expect there to be something about, like, the rarities of things. I want a rough essence or something, but I guess unless you know from an admin or a developer, this tells you nothing about what I need to know. This is supposed to be fucking helping. It's supposed to help me figure out what I'm looking at, but it does not. New content. Oh, maybe it shows it here, hopefully. Please it shows it here somewhere. Why does it not tell me about the things? It literally doesn't give me a list of anything. Like, the main thing that's supposed to be on here is the rarities of how hard things are to catch. For some odd reason, this doesn't tell you fucking shit. It tells you about other things, but not the main thing. Actually, this might be a thing I need to know. Well, Peppermint's only a second enchant? Why is that the only one that's second enchant? I was hoping the other ones were going to be second enchants. Well, unless they all are. Actually, no, it's only listing that one, so I think Peppermint's only the one. Hmm. But still does. Why does the wiki not tell you anything about the essence? Like, anything like that? Like, the main thing that they should have on there is, the rarity of the things. Of what rarity things. I guess I just have to go with what it is, I guess. I mean, so if the essence is like 1 in 1,000, though, what is the whale then? Is that also 1 in 1,000? I mean, because what I heard by. It was either one of the other developers or Carbon that apparently the an all-star whale was also 1 in 1,000.
No,
It's
it's
not?
just rare.
It doesn't have like a rarity of like a chance of getting it? Like 1 in 1 something? I swear one of the admins said it was like 1 in 1,000. Unless they just changed their mind. Interesting. Very odd. I'm guessing there was changes done because what I heard by a lot of people that the rarities were, I guess, changed, I guess, last minute. Because a lot of the rarities that I heard from the admins and some other content creators that the frost whale was supposed to be a 1 in 1,000 because it's meant to be a hard thing to get, which right now it seems to be, and the essence were meant to be somewhat easy, I guess, or like hard but also easy. But I guess not. I guess not anymore then. But mind you, like, it probably was what I'm saying is it probably was like that, but they do change things last minute. They've done that a lot with some updates though. They did that with the Halloween update too. Like some of the things that were supposed to be rare, like the witch's pot thing or whatever it was. A lot of stuff in there was meant to be a chance thing, but then that got changed, or at least what people thought it got changed or something. But apparently it was just like it automatically had its own chance thing to it. So there was like no RNG involved. You just had to keep putting stuff in it, and it'll give you the stuff that it was supposed to give you. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't follow Fish enough, I suppose, to understand things properly. But I ain't gonna lie, I wish the wiki for Fish actually showed me what I needed to know. Like what fish were actually rare and what hard to get. I ain't gonna lie though, I probably do need to do a lot more research though. A lot more research before I open my mouth, I guess. One thing I wish I would one thing I wish the thing would actually tell me though, I wish it would tell me what rarity this thing is, besides that this being limited, but it would be good if it told me like if it was exotic or something like that. I know it's limited, but like it would help me out a lot easier.
Basically secret.
Yeah. I mean that's like most of these fish in a way. Like there is one fish I need which is basically just that other area which I need all the essence things for. Which means I have to have a frost moon, think I also gotta have the other totem as well, though. And I think the other totem I need is, I don't think it's snow, but it's like a 5,000 bell totem or something. Gonna be a little painful trying to fish them to get the rod, but actually, it shouldn't be too hard though, because I do have another way I can do it though. I can do what I do with other things. I can get someone else to do it for me, like I've done with every other thing. Like a lot of rods that I have now, I basically just got someone else to do it for me. And it's mainly just the grinding. And mind you, I might have to just get someone to do it for me. I do like grinding, but when it takes multiple days, that's when I get fed up and just get someone to do it for me that likes more grinding. Because mind you, I hate grinding for things that take multiple days.
Just use luminous lava and boner, I thought skewering or aura.
That's what I've been using. I had a raw active before. I mean, I'm using luminous lava and an RPX, but I mean, this is basically the same combo I used when I first caught it. Like I actually caught the North Star whale in my first 10 minutes of playing because before I started any of the quest lines, I basically just fished so I could actually just finish the quest lines off. Because all these quest lines are involved, like this one just says bring. So if I really wanted to, I could just trade someone that already has that present, and I could just get that quest line done. That's basically what I did with every quest line, though. I just basically get the things that I already need, and then just hand it over. Some of them had to be like shiny or sparkling like that, and then I just appraised for it, and then everything else was simple and done. The only one that I had to fish for was the snowball thing, mainly because I just didn't have like 15 of them at the time. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard for this freaking fish, hopefully. What are all you guys going to be doing for Christmas then, eh? You guys got anything interesting happening for your Christmases? Anything exciting you are hoping for?
Not really.
You're not doing much this
Just a
year?
normal Christmas.
Oh yeah. You're hoping to get something that you've never had before or something like that? Anything interesting that you've always wanted?
But I am going to ask for an electric scooter that I might get.
Oh yeah, nice. I've always wanted an electric scooter, or specifically like a Sur-on. The only problem with one of them though is they're illegal in Australia. Or I guess I should say they're banned in Australia, supposedly. Because apparently they're classed as motorcycles. So you kind of need apparently you need a fucking license or a freaking, uh, apparently you need a license or something for them, supposedly. Because like a Ceron is basically just an electric dirt bike, basically. And what the cops have basically said, and apparently the government, is they're classing it as a dirt bike. So you've got to have a license and registration, which makes no sense for it.
Yeah.
And unless, like, mind you, unless that thing can go over,
Electric MTB tech equally.
yeah, like the way I think of it is, if the electric Ceron, which I think can, if it can go over 80, which I think it can, like I think in American terms, I think it's like 60 is max, but for Australia that would be a lot more because it's in kilometers. So therefore, it probably can go over 80. What I'm thinking, if it goes over 80, therefore you probably will need a license or
Its
something.
max is 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's miles an hour though. So it's probably like 60 or 70 in Australia, or maybe 80. I thought it was 60 though. Like,
80.47 kilometers.
yeah. So I think if it, I think that's what the way that they're doing it in Australia though. It's saying that it can do 80, which I think that's when the governor is turned off on it though. Like there's a system that locks it to a certain speed though, and if you unlock it or pay for it to be faster, I think you can actually get 80. But I think the base speed is actually lower than 80. I think it's like 40 or 50 for its actual base. I'm not actually sure entirely about it, but I think that's how they work. They're basically sort of like dirt bikes, how they can be
I feel
governed.
bad for Australians because the government's rules are so weird.
Yeah. Like the main rule that I am kind of annoyed about though is the gambling rule. Like in Australia, we have a strict rule about gambling. The only thing that pisses me off though is Australia was number one for gambling, and then America got hands on gambling, and they became like Australia was the one that made gambling a thing, and then America and Los Angeles made gambling more of a thing and bigger. But yeah, Australia was the one that basically made gambling a thing. But one thing I don't understand though, when you're in Australia and you're using Roblox, there's like I don't know if Fish still has them, but skin crates. Like Fish has skin crates, and also Rivals. They have like skin crates and stuff. In Australia, you can't even buy them. You don't even see them, which I think they're actually removed from Fish at the moment because I don't see the stand there, whoever it is. But gambling on Roblox isn't a thing for Australia because it's banned. But this is where it stumps me though. Australia is number one for gambling, and we have casinos in
In
Australia
America,
still.
children can gamble eagle smiling face with sunglasses.
Yeah, I don't understand. Children in America get free route, I guess. Which is crazy though, because it's basically teaching kids how to spend their money poorly and become broke by the time they're 50. But yeah, America has weird rules as well though, like gambling at like a certain age. You know, it's kind of insane. But Australia also has their weird rules though. Like, there's a lot of things you can do in Australia without getting in trouble for it though. And mind you, I've done them. I've done a lot of things in Australia that I should have been in trouble for, but then I don't get in trouble for it at all. Kind of surprises me. But America does have a lot of weird rules. Because I've looked in America a little bit with their rule system over there, and it's kind of insane.
Why do humans have two nostrils when they can just have one big one thinking face?
Be like a witch or be like an animal, eh? I mean, that does get you thinking, though. Kind of a little odd that we do. But mind you, it's basically, I mean, in a way, it's just one big nostril that goes into, one vein anyway. Because it basically just goes into the back of your throat. But one thing that will confuse you though a little bit
Yay.
is your nose actually technically doesn't get used. Like mind you, you're smelling everything out of it, but when you're actually thinking about it though, your mouth, your mouth is your actual nose because your nose part goes to the back of your throat anyway. So you basically just have sort of this an extra air hole which is technically not getting used, but is because it just goes into the back of your throat. Like mind you, you don't really see it, but your nose goes into your throat somewhere. So it's very weird. So technically, we have a nose for no reason. It's just there for looks in a way. At least that's what I kind of see it as. Because like you use your nose for like sniffing, breathing, but really your
You
main,
can smell your lungs, but you're so used to it your brain ignores it.
basically, yeah. But that is the funny thing about it though, because really, when you're actually sniffing things, you're not actually sniffing with your nose. Like if you actually really think about it and think hard, when you're sniffing or smelling things, you're not actually smelling with your nose. You're smelling with your mouth. Because like when you sniff, it's going into your throat anyway. Therefore, you're not sniffing with your nose. You're sniffing with your mouth because it's just going into the back of your throat anyway. So you're basically smelling, but also eating that smell, which kind of a little weird to think about it that way, but really that's the way you're kind of smelling though. You're just smelling with your mouth. If I turn on my camera here, bro. That about. Am I ever gonna catch this freaking whale, bro? Or did that one have a send you like the other one did? Eventually I will get this whale. Oops. At this point I'm probably never gonna get it. Not gonna lie though, I think they changed the percentage on their
NHHHH.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie though, I think they changed the percentage on the whale though. I mean you might say oh
Essence of winter before the whale XD.
I don't know if I get lucky. I mean I won't get the essence though until I actually activate one of them other totems. So the only thing I can really get is the fish and the whale. Mind you, I could just go sell these other fish I have now and get the money to buy one of the totems. Actually, what am I going to do though? I might go check.
There's 2 essences and you got the really rare version just now.
Ah, I got an essence. Sure. Tell me I got an essence. Didn't know. Tell me I got an essence. I mean, I got a North Star Wow, but it doesn't fucking count. Unless I just keep that on there. Carrot shell.
You got the 1 in 1001.
1 in 1,000?
You turned items off.
Oh, it's an item, is it? Is it an item or is it a fish? So it'll probably be down here, right?
Item.
Yeah, it's on.
Just search essence.
ESS. ESS. Oh, I got two. Oh, wait, I got both of them? Oh, wait, I've already got both of the essence that I need. Right, but
You
I
have
mean,
both the ones you need.
okay, the real question is, did you see me catch the winter one? Because all I can say, I guess I wasn't looking, but did you see me catch the winter one? I'm dead confused. When did I catch the winter one? I mean, I got them all I need, and I think I also have the key as well.
Yes. I saw it.
Oh, you could have told me, bro. I'd be fishing my life away. Look at that. Put you down there. Put you down there. Do I have the key though? That's the key. Key. Do I have key?
Where
What
do
does
you
key
get the
come?
key from the whale quest?
I actually have to catch the North Star. Wow. I thought you get the key from when you get the rod. I thought you get the key from when you complete the like when you get the rod. Don't you get it from when you get the rod? Or was Carbon lying about that as well? Because I swear he said you get it from this. Oh, okay then. So I actually have to get the North Star whale to be able to get the
No.
that thing. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Looks like going to be a little longer then. Hey, at least I got the two main things in.
Yes, you gotta catch the whale sadly.
Yeah. But the worst thing about it, I've got the freaking North Star whale from a freaking present, but I can't use it. I just cannot use it. And it looks like we're going to be here for a while though. Keep getting these freaking stupid ass whales, but not the one I'm looking for. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how I got so lucky when I first, like, entered this area. Because this is the exact spot where I first started fishing when I entered the village. Like, as soon as I came in that gate, I immediately started fishing. Using the same luminous lava and the same rod. And I caught it in, like, my fourth cast, I think.
Can I join?
Um, I guess. Um, do you have me added already? Because I can just add you to the whitelist. Do you have me added on Roblox already?
I think. Non 349. 340 asterisk.
340.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
A user is boss dog 99, right?
Yeah. Well, that's like my display name, but yeah. Let's do it this way. Uh, Well, let's hope your join thing is on. Alright, you should be added. Yeah, you can join the server whenever, bro. You are added. You are on the whitelist.
Do you recognize my avatar grinning squinting face?
Do you recognize my avatar? Do I recognize the avatar? Um, if it's anything to do with anime, I don't know. If it's anything to do with like anime stuff, I don't indulge in that.
Tin flying saucer.
Aliens. I have no idea. I mean, if the flying saucers involved with anime, I have no idea. I mean, you say flying saucer, but I have no idea. No idea. No idea.
I was the guy killing you 600 times with UFO.
Yeah, obviously I know that.
You really gotta stock up on Cookie Crumble, it has 40% more luck than Luminous.
Yeah, I've got plenty of them. I think I've got like 20 something thousand of them. What's the other one have?
Use them then.
Yeah. Let's see, which one is. Okay, that one's worse. Wait. 220. Actually, that would work more better. I don't have to worry about resilience on this rod, it doesn't make a difference.
He'll be RB at 20-meter and taking a nap.
Whatever. Talk to you later, bro. It shouldn't be too hard to get this goddamn whale. It should be somewhat easy. I mean, I say it's easy, but I've been here for a freaking hour or so. How long have we been live for? Let's check that. 2 hours. 2 hours and 14 minutes. I'm going to estimate we might be here for about 3 or 4 hours, I reckon. Give or take. Hopefully not that long, though. Because I've got some other things I want to do today. Well, I should say I've got other things I want to do today. I don't want to be here for about 6 hours trying to catch a whale. Mind you, for now, I'm not going to end the stream until I get the whale. So, however long that's going to take. But I'm estimating I should hopefully catch it soon. That's why I say give or take 3 or 4 hours. There's another reason why I started stream early, because, you know, I still have plenty of the day left. Because right now it's 10 in the morning, and I started at 8. I mean, I don't think I have the Roblox for this, but I guess I'll see. I don't. This may help with my chances, who knows. One thing I want to know is what percentage is the whale? Is it like negative something? Is it like negative 95? Because I don't know if I read it wrong originally, but when I first caught it, it was a negative 5%. At least that's what I saw on my screen. Yeah. Again, I could be wrong about that percentage, but that's the percentage I saw when I caught it was a negative 5. But it could also mean a negative 90 or something 5, I don't really know. But I don't want to be here too long though. I want to be able to hopefully catch it. This rage enchant on this rod is OP though. Like the resilience doesn't really matter. Very OP. But yeah, what I will say, if you've made it this far into the live stream, I want you to put down in the comments, once this live stream's ended or while you're watching live, I don't really care. Tell me how you like the, the light on these rods. Because I'm gonna be honest, I loved it. Like, I just want to know, like, all your guys' opinion of what you like about the wording, how they've placed it finally. Instead of it being so, like, grayed out, it's like finally popped out, you can actually see everything. Like, there's so many rods, like, especially this one. Like, the resilience thing you couldn't even see because it was basically covered up by this bright ass light of the rod. I love how they finally fixed it. It should have been a day one thing. Same with this though, also. Like all these bright rods, same with this one as well. You couldn't even see any of these stats because it was so bright. Same with this one a bit. And this one as well. And this one as well, I think. And a bit of this one as well. There's a lot of rods that were so bright that you couldn't even see the words of what you were looking at. Like you could vaguely, understand, but it was very, very hard to, see. But yeah, like put it down in the comments once this live is ended or whatever it is, and tell me what you think about that. Because in my opinion, it's a 100 out of, or it's a 10 out of 10, I should say, or a 1,000 out of 10. That shit is probably the best thing they've done, or like one of the best things. And another thing I do like that they've also fixed up as well is when you trade people. Ever since the trading system came out for Fish, yeah, ever since the trading thing came out for Fish, when you go to search up what you're trying to trade someone, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it would never work. Like I would have the item in my inventory because I would check prior before doing anything, and I would even check it to make sure it's not favorited. And when I go search the name up for it, it would basically not exist. It would basically just tell me that there was nothing there or nothing ever been there. But I like how they finally fix it to where it actually has something there now. So like if I'm trading relics to someone and some other stuff, I will actually be able to see it there. That's another feature I like. And also, yeah, put down in the comments to see if put down in the comments and tell me if you've had any problems like that ever since the trading's coming up. Because for me being on a PS5 doing all this, I've had big problems with a lot of things with games. Like mainly the main thing with Fish is sort of like gameplay pausing, which Now that's fixed, or at least partly fixed. Actually, no, it's a 100% fix because I haven't had that issue at all lately. They finally fixed that issue with the gameplay pausing. When you have a really fast boat, it would freeze your game out sometimes, or 50% of the time it would freeze your game. But so far I have not noticed that, which I'm glad because that shit pissed me off. And eventually your game would just freeze to where you had to like close your whole application to be able to get back into the game again. There were some big issues that have finally been fixed, or at least partly fixed. But gameplay pausing was the big reason for console and mobile as well. Because like playing Fish on my tablet and setting up like macros, just so I can AFK fishing. And all macros is just an auto clicker that basically does what I'm doing here. Catching the fish. And 90% of like macros is sort of just like your bars on this side, but you do need big control bars because the macros don't really, press like the, human contact does. For me, like the macros would, cast a rod and sort of just be sitting like that the whole time and sort of just jump up every now and then. But if you're using macros or like an auto clicker, you need a big control bar for it to work properly. Like you need a big control bar or a rod that has a big control bar but has piercing or rage or something on it to make it work good. But if you have a good cat streak and you're using macros, you're prepared for that macro to lose your streak or at least something like that. Or another thing that you could also use for macros, at least that's what I use sometimes, is the OP rod for it is this. This control bar is maxed out. The only thing you really need for this is something that's going to pierce your rod, like piercing, raid, something on that, for it to pierce the fish because it is very very slow. Because it's got a maxed out control bar. Mind you, you will have to set your macro to about like 60 or 50, which is just like like 50, probably like 50 seconds or 50 minutes or something like that. Because it's got negative 50 lure speed. So you want your macro to, once it casts, sit there for like a few minutes waiting for the rod to actually catch your fish. Because there's no way to boost it. So, if you want fast process, just have a rod that's somewhat good. But if you're looking for just, slow AFKing, you could just use that slender box thing. And it's just because you won't lose a fish at all. It's just very slow at actually getting the fish on your line. But once it gets the fish on your line, you're not losing it anytime soon. But mind you, that like there's two rods that I recommend for AFK. Like the two rods that I recommend for AFK, you can use this rod as well if you, I guess, set it up right. You can use this rod. You still lose fish, but you can use it. This block right here, this block rod, this is probably the number one just because of the big control bar. Secondly, would be the Jungle Star or whatever it is, because this has a 0.4 control, which is massive control bar. They're probably the two best rods. You can use your Onirifiax rod if you have it, because it has, rage on it, so it has piercing. You can probably use some other rods as well, maybe. As long as they have big control bars. That's all it is. As long as it has a big control bar, then you'll be fine. If it doesn't have a big control bar, there's no point using it. I mean, you can use it if you like any other rod that you pick, I guess, or you feel like using, but I recommend any control bar that is big. And just for people wondering, macros ain't bannable. The only reason I say they're not bannable, or even admins and stuff like that have even said it, macros is not bannable. And I'll tell you the reason why they're not bannable. So macros are bannable because there's no source codes going into the actual physical game. So scripts, on the other hand, the way scripts are set up, they basically have to take coding from the game, which the only codes they take from the game is the way your fishing works. So any scripts that they have is mainly for your fishing part. For any rod that's in the game, your macros will work for. So any rod that you use, your macro will work for that rod. So they basically have to take source code for every single rod in the game that they possibly can get their hands on and set the macros up and go in source codes and do stuff like that. Or at least scripting side of it. Or exploit is however you want to put it. Macros, on the other hand, is just an auto clicker. Auto clicker that sets up for click and hold or press and hold. The press and hold button, the press and hold thing is just this. It's basically that control bar. And it will fish for you. And then the rest of it is sort of just sitting here, having a big control bar so then you don't lose your fish or something like that. But exporting is a lot more deeper though, because you have to have coding, stuff like that, and mind you, a lot of exporters work hard on that, but exporting is bannable in Fish now, and it always has been, but a lot of exploiters get good at their exploits these days. Macros is a lot more safer, because you can have macros going, and you won't get kicked because your game is still it has a clicking system going on still. So it's registering that you're still there. And exploits are a little different. Exploits don't really work that way. The way exploits have it has sometimes they have like an anti-kick feature. Or if you do get kicked, it would automatically put you into a different session anyway. And I'm not gonna, lie to you. I was once an exploiter on Fish. I used one trusted exploit that worked perfectly fine for what I was doing. I used other ones, but the one I used was like the best one. And mainly because I haven't used exploits in like months now. It's been ages. It's probably been like maybe 8 or 9 months since I've used exploits on Fish. And it's not really it's not because I was scared I was going to get banned. It's just because I was getting bored. It's just because I was getting bored sitting here watching it just work itself away. Or actually working on my tablet maybe because autoclickers don't work on PlayStation and shit like that. So I was mainly just getting bored, watching it fish itself. So I kind of just, got bored and stopped using them. And just actually wanted to have physical contact with the game. But I ain't gonna lie, exploiting does get boring after a while though. There's still people out there that do it, but I find it just getting, repetitive, boring, not as fun as it used to be. But yeah, but I won't lie to you though, I used to exploit as well. I used to exploit in a few games. Actually, the two games I used to exploit in was Fish mainly. Fish was the actual main one I did, because it was easy to get exploits for. The second game, which was actually more sketchy, was Box Roots. Now, Box Roots, on the other hand, exploits for that one is really hard to find. And once you find them, they don't work very good. Like, they don't work good at all. And mind you, I've tried the exploits in Box Roots, and god damn it, shit. Like, I tried multiple different exploits for, like, Box Roots, and bruh, they are so crap. They don't work as good as they should. And another one I did try as well was Roll Garden at one point. Mind you, none of the exploits for Roll Garden even worked. Mainly because all it was doing was trying to steal your basically just trying to steal your Grow a Garden account, all your stuff on your account. So that's all the exploits for Grow a Garden is dangerous. Just because all it wants to do is steal your pets, all your stuff on your garden. Because I basically just wanted to test out the all the advertising that people were doing with like their pet spawning thing. Mind you, that was all a scam, and I wanted to try it out for myself. And because I was using a good export thing, it detected that I was getting scammed, or this was a fake link for it. Like it pops up and all perfectly fine, but after 2 seconds, my export thing would kick me from the game, saying that this link or this export thing was taking my information or was trying to. But my exploited thing kicked me from the game before that even happened. But it's funny though, because when you have an account with nothing on it though, it does nothing. That's another thing. If you have an account that's maxed out, it will do, it will try and steal your shit. But when you have like a fresh account with nothing on it, it will do nothing. It won't kick you from the game. It won't try and steal anything because you have nothing on your account. Because I tried it on my alt account just to see if it was a scam. It wouldn't do anything. It didn't kick me from the game. Did nothing. As soon as I switched to my main account, the account I'm playing on right now, as soon as I switched to this account on Grow a Garden and did the same thing, it immediately kicked me, or like 2 seconds in, it kicked me from the game, saying my pets and stuff were getting stolen, or at least trying to. And then like basically after that, it's just like the scripts and stuff for Grow Gardens don't work. It's basically just the people that are poor that can't afford and they just want to steal your shit that if you have good stuff, they're going to just take whatever you have, basically. So it is kind of sad that people do that, but that's another way you can get scammed. Always, always, look into exploits if you are using them. Mind you, I don't really recommend them these days, but if you do, be careful, I guess. But again, I'm not trying to say, go ahead and use them if you need to or something, but what I will say is that if you are using exploits, just be very careful with what games you are using them on. The only games I recommend you do not use exploits on is Grow a Garden and Steal a Brainrot. Only games that you should not be using exploits on, because all they do is steal your shit. That's all they will do. They will just try and steal your brain rot, steal your pets, steal your money, steal basically everything you have. Mind you, there's other games out there that have anti-cheats anyway put into place now. So there's a lot of games that you can't really use exploits on. So it's easier just to use macros if games or if you have good enough macros to work. Which mind you, macros are just auto clickers. Like if you're on PC, you can actually get macros that are already sort of programmed perfectly and have rods listed and stuff. But yeah. At least macros ain't bannable, so I guess you can live with how you want with that, I suppose. Okay, what I will say though is I'm not going to sit here all day long. Like I said, I have things to do. We've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes basically, so I've got to head off anyway and do some other things. I may be live again If I don't catch one sooner or later, though, what I might do though is I when I do get this North Star whale, whether it's either on camera or off camera, I don't care. But what I will do probably though, because I haven't posted a video on my YouTube channel for like a couple of days now. I will do a video of me basically doing a full run. It might be a long video though, because I can't pause it though, so I have to do a straight go with it. So the video will probably be me putting the essence in, putting the key in, catching the fish if I do that is, and doing the parkour to get to the rock. And then once I've done that, I'll probably end the video for that. But I guess we'll see. But if you like long form videos, then the next video that I post will probably be me getting the rod. A freaking 20-minute video just because PC you can literally stop your OBS from recording and start it up again. PS5 I can't do that, so it might be a bit of a long video just getting a single rod. But for now, I'm gonna head off, catch you all later. If you do like my content, and if you haven't made it this far in the video, make sure you like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on for when I post a video next, or when I go live. And if you haven't followed me on TikTok either, it's the same name as my TikTok or my same name as my YouTube. And if you want to join the Discord for when I go live as well, if you don't have your notifications on, you can join my Discord. Mind you, when you do join the Discord, you will need to verify yourself, which is very simple. Just like two presses of a button, and you should be good. But if you want to join my Discord server, you will have to go to the TikTok. Because I don't know if there's a way to add it to the. I don't think there's a way to add it to YouTube, at least for the buyer thing. But I will catch you all in the next one.